We have reporting here at CNN, a source in Israel saying that Donald Trump is actually the driving force behind how this is sort of coming together here at the last second.
All sides agree that Trump's hand in this has made a difference, one way or another.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with Trump.
Thank you.
Who took credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke?
If you're still denying the efficacy of Donald Trump, I don't know how you can. This man was crystal clear with Hamas that if the hostages were not released by time he got back into office, all hell would break loose. You're seeing in real time what peace through strength means, and Trump is not even president yet. And it's not even speculation. Listen to this host on CNN say that her sources are telling her Trump was the only factor that made this happen. Watch.
We have reporting here at CNN, a source in Israel saying that Donald Trump is actually the driving force behind how this is sort of coming together here at the last second. Our source said this, quote, only Trump is the incentive, only Trump. And he's talking there about Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister. What impact does that dynamic have?
Well, it's been a fascinating negotiation, Casey, in part because the president's chief or president-elect's chief Mideast negotiator, Steve Witkoff, has been going along for each one of these negotiations, has been in the room with Brett McGurk, who's been the negotiator for the Biden administration. He told me last week McGurk is leading this, but clearly many of the deadlines will fall into the Trump administration if this comes together. So they want to have a tight handoff. And it's interesting because you've heard everybody, including Secretary of State Blinken, who you saw on the screen there a moment ago, talk about the role of the Trump appointees.
And this is what we were trying to tell Democrats. We're not just trying to get under your skin. We want to make America great again for you as well. This is what competent leadership looks like. This isn't just a win for Republicans. This is a win for America. This is a win for all of our allies. And if you're a Democrat who believes this wasn't the result of Trump, please leave a comment down below and try to convince me otherwise. Now let's watch our current president, Joe Biden, claim responsibility for the hostage deal and then admit that it was actually Donald Trump. Watch.
I'd also note this deal was developed and negotiated under my administration, but its terms will be implemented for the most part, by the next administration. In these past few days, we've been speaking as one team. This has been time of real turmoil in the Middle East. But as I prepare to leave office, our friends are strong, our enemies are weak, and there's a genuine opportunities for a new future. In Lebanon, there's an opportunity for a future, free from the grip of Hezbollah. In Syria, a future free from the tyranny of Assad, and for the Palestinian people, a credible pathway to a state of their own, and for the region, a future of normalization, integration of Israel and all its Arab neighbors, including Saudi Arabia.
So Joe Biden's leaving office with a lower approval rating than Donald Trump had leaving office after January 6th. So he's looking for any kind of win, any kind of accomplishment he can try to attach himself to. But then proceeds to say that he's working with Donald Trump's team. And if the only thing different about these negotiation conversations from a few months ago are that now Trump's team's involved, you're admitting that the different outcome is a direct result of the different circumstances. And then he talks about the future of peace and prosperity and unity across the Middle East and Israel and Saudi Arabia having an alliance, which was the exact environment when Donald Trump was in office. He's patting himself on the back today over a future that the Middle East is going to have thanks to Donald Trump. Let's listen to Scott Jennings on CNN tell the panel that this is a win for Trump, and the host even agrees, because this is undeniable. Watch.
I do think that all sides agree that Trump's hand in this has made a difference, one way or another.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with Trump. He's been perfectly clear. He has not vacillated about his message that if they don't send our people back, there's going to be hell to pay. And thank God he has been on that message and he has not wavered from it. He's not stepped back from it. And I don't really care, candidly, who the president is when all this happens. I just want him back. I mean, I've worn this yellow ribbon out here every night for over a year because I think there's so many families who are just devastated. They're hurting. They don't know what the situation is. and we need this to come to an end. There are Americans involved here. Look, I think we're going to end up paying a very heavy price in this deal. I'm sure some terrorists are probably going to wind up being let out of jails. I don't particularly like that. But to settle this, to get peace, and to get our people back, I think it took Trump winning the election and being clear-eyed about it to make it happen.
Scott,
if you were Iran or any terrorist with any level of responsibility, what you have witnessed is that the Biden administration has tried to, at various points, put shackles on Israel. You can say they've been strong on it, but they have at times tried to put rhetorical and military shackles on Israel. There is no expectation that Trump would put shackles on anybody, and there is some expectation that he might just get involved himself if they don't send our people back. So I do think this was the essential element to getting this over the finish line, and I hope it happens right now. A great nation, a superpower, does not permit its people to be held and treated like this for as long as we have. I don't think Donald Trump wants to be taking over a country that was willing to permit that kind of behavior by these thugs and terrorists. And so I think that's why he was clear-eyed in his statements, and I think that's why they're responding.
All right, everyone.
And what he said at the end is the exact reason why this war was so prolonged. Hamas never had a plan to win this battle. Their entire strategy was the United States and public support of what Israel was doing to diminish over time to where Israel would be told that they need to stop the fighting. They were hoping to get enough of their citizens killed that the world would become sympathetic to their cause and allow them to exist. And that's what the Biden administration became. I don't see them requiring Ukraine to allow humanitarian aid into the area of Russia that they conquered. But Biden decided he was going to support Hamas to appeal to the far radical section of his party. So Donald Trump made a post on Truth Social about the hostage deal, and it reads, "This epic ceasefire agreement could have only happened as a result of our historic victory in November, and it signaled to the entire world that my administration would seek peace and negotiate deals to ensure the safety of all Americans and our allies. I am thrilled American and Israeli hostages will be returning home to be reunited with their families and loved ones." So a clip has resurfaced from a few weeks back of Alyssa Farah on The View saying that if Trump got a hostage deal done, she would come on the show for one day and wear a MAGA hat. Watch.
In Ukraine, and that's something I care deeply about. And I want Donald Trump to come around to perhaps continuing to support Ukraine and standing by the U.S.'s position. So my point when I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, it's not changing a tune. It's not making every single thing a 5-alarm fire. Yeah. If he does good, if he gets the Israeli hostages out, I promise I will wear a MAGA hat for one day on the show and say, thank you for doing it. Yeah. She'll knock it right off my head. But like you have to be able to cheer for wins when they happen and then call out relentlessly the wrongdoing.
Well, let me say this.
I will be keeping a close eye out for you guys tomorrow to see if she is true to her word and comes out with a Make America Great Again hat on. I bet Whoopi, Sonny, and the rest of them would be livid. But this is great news today, and it should give the Senate even more reason to confirm Donald Trump's cabinet picks instead of turning these hearings into the circus that they've done. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Is this Trump's biggest win so far? If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Turn on those notification bells so you never miss a video. And I will see you guys in the next one.